for the sake of respect, because he is one of us and he gave his all to make this day, this job a reality. I would appreciate all of us to
roles. Ladies and gentlemen, the cast, the producer, the scriptwriter, the executive producer, everyone is out here. Please, a round of applause for these wonderful people, for the work they've done, for this particular work. A round of applause, please.
Trail of death and destruction.
The group is well armed.
Extraordinarily ferocious.
This is a war.
One of the world's deadliest terror groups prepares a lesson in fear and death.
Islamist extremist group has terrorized Nigeria and neighboring countries for over a decade. Suicide bombings, the burning of villages, and mass kidnappings like the abduction of more than 200 schoolgirls from the town of Chibok have left thousands dead and millions displaced.
These communities, they're farming communities, trading communities, and they'll have to pay money or give some of their produce to these militants in exchange for safety. And we see that this is how these groups creep from.
The group killed nearly 100 people with a bomb at a bus stop. Over the years, it has split into multiple factions, each having a different, albeit violent agenda.
Sunana Hadiza. Da suka zo ƙauyenmu.
Nan ne iyakar tafiyan. Kun ji dokan da wuta ya ba da shi. Fatima, za ki kunna a shanunki. Hadiza, za ki ba ta mintoci kaɗan. Idan mutane sun faru, kunna a
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. So what's the name, please?
Master Enoch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Master Enoch. Okay, I believe you're here to see the movie Stolen Rose.
Yes, I am here to see the movie.
Okay, so can you tell us, about the movie Stolen Rose?
Okay, so this is a reality. Still beats my imagination. I won't lie, because I'm his elder sister, and I was present when he just took the first pen and started penning down the story.
Sorry, please. Who's elder sister?
Martins, the producer's elder sister, the writer and the producer. Yeah. So I was like, what are you writing? He said, I'm writing a story about terrorism. I'm like, and so how? What will you do with it? I didn't believe until he called to look, and he called his cast, and they all came to location. Some of them were even camped in my house. I'm like, you people, I don't understand what you're doing, but please, what am I trying to say? This started like a joke, and today is a reality, and I can't wait to watch the movie. I cannot wait to watch that movie, because it still beats my imagination. In my very front, he started writing the story, kept telling me how much he wants to do this, and today we are here. So we give God the glory. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what do you think people should look out for when they want to watch the movie Stolen Rose? What should they look out for? Okay, so if you see the poster, you will be looking out for so much of war, shooting and all. But I think behind the story, I see more of emotions, love, and all of that. And then the poster, so it's more of suspense. You may not know it until you watch it. So you can't even judge it. It's not like you judge stories from their posters. No, this one, you see the poster, is a different thing when you watch it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. We'll be waiting for you.
Thank you.
So have a lovely time in there.
Thank you. You too. All right.
Stolen Rose.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about it?
Well, Stolen Rose is awesome. Like, it's awesome. It's great. Right from the trailer, I know this is full of suspense. This is a movie like is awesome. Like, the movie is so interesting. Like, right from the trailer, I was very, 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 very interested in it. Like, I've been planning to be part of this right from the beginning, because she's my friend, the lead role, but when people are making progress in what they do, you need to follow them up, so that in future, as they are growing up, you need to appreciate people's talent, time, energy. So that's why I'm here today. So the movie is awesome. We love it.
All right. So what message are you taking home? What did you feel about the movie? What message are you taking home?
Okay, what I felt about the movie is that the movies we watch that you don't pick message from, but Stolen Rose is about message. It's passing out how to be careful to humans, how to handle situations, how to maintain yourself, how to hold yourself as a woman. Stolen Rose is talking about every day of our life. So the message I'm taking is that you watching Stolen Rose, I don't think you should just watch it for fun. This movie is not just for fun. Like, the movie, it's for message. Like, I don't really know what to say, but I just hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, what I'm trying to pass out. Like, there are a lot of things you pick out from this movie, not just the fun, but there are a lot of sense, message, a lot of things in this movie.
Of course. So, saying the fact that you've already watched the movie, you've seen the movie, are you anticipating the part 2? Is it the part 2, because there's a part 2 coming up? So
yeah, I'm anticipating the part 2 and more, because I know they will give more. They will give something better than this. So we'll be anticipating a lot of their jobs.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day here.
Thank you.
So what can you say about the movie so far?
Wow, the movie, it was a great movie. My expectation when I entered the hall was different from what I saw. It was great, it was intriguing, it was suspending, and a lot of emotions. I felt everyone out there should watch it, because so many things were unveiled. There are so many things, the secret of how these things, how little young ladies are being prone into this kind of situation where they give them all manner of gadgets to go and detonate and use them as sex slaves and all that, and how people abate the situation where some people have information to give and they don't want to give the information because of the security situation, and how some people don't even trust these security people. As such, so many people, all hands need to be on deck to make sure that we address this situation. I think that is exactly what it is. And this movie is a must for everyone out there to watch.
Hello.
Hi.
You look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, you just finished seeing the movie Stolen Rose. So what can you tell us about the movie?
It was so touching. At the time, I felt so emotional, and it was so touching. But well, it's cool. The movie is cool. I couldn't stay to sit till the end, but with little what I saw, I was so impressed, and it was kind of very touching. An innocent girl being how do I call it, forced to do what she never wanted to do because of one or two circumstances. Yeah. So it was okay, and the movie is so touching, and God, they did a great job. They did a great job.
I can see you're getting all teary. It really touched you.
Oh yeah, it did.
So what advice do you have for young females out there?
The advice I have for young females out there is like you careful with friends you made, because you won't end up getting to what you shouldn't have got involved, and you should always careful. And at some point when she was in the hospital, like I was impressed with the cleaner there. Yes, I was so impressed. At the time I was like, wow, she did great.
So what do you think about the movie? Did it meet your expectation?
Yes, I think it actually did, because if you look at the prevailing security situation in the country, the storyline it's actually addressing that issue, and there's a lot of emotion in the movie, and it's quite captivating. It's quite captivating. It tells a story that affects each and every one of us. It's not a story for just one day. It's an everyday story, and I think it's something that each and every one of us, one way or the other, we may not be foot soldiers, on the battlefield, but one way or the other, I believe that we should be, committed to seeing how we can end these atrocities committed by agents of terrorism. And it's really disturbing, and every day we keep hearing one different story or the other, and it doesn't really tell well for our country, Nigeria, for our communities, and also our families, because in the end it's our loved ones that are lost. So I think we should all sit down and see how we can address this issue, particularly the government of the day. Government really needs to do much more about security, because Nigerians are talking about the insecure situation in the country, and I think the government must critically sit down, look at it, and work out strategies that can eventually end these acts of terrorism and insurgency in the country.
Okay, sir, fantastic. Okay, sir, looking at the movie Stolen Rose, what advice do you have, for the youth out there, especially the female gender?
That's it's a tough one, because when you talk of acts of terrorism, women and children are usually the worst hit, so they are usually the first victims, and in this type of situation, I would rather advise society, not just even the young girls or youths out there. Society has a lot to do. I wouldn't want to look at it from a particular segment of society. We're all in it. So the youths, like I said, are the ones that are always affected adversely by acts of terrorism or war. So what I can say is that society and the nation at large, and government in particular, should take interest in the youth, create programs that will keep them busy and committed to fulfilling their own God-given talents and abilities. So that's what I think should be the focus for the Nigerian youth in particular. We need to do much more for them, encourage them to reach their highest potential.
All right, thank you very much. So this is a must watch, right?
Yes, it's a must watch. I encourage every Nigerian family and youth and government in particular. I believe government needs to really take a look at this movie and see, because the storyline is revealing, is compelling, and it's something that government needs to, watch and also look at and see how, they can learn from this and use it as part of their strategy to end the insurgency.
You just finished in the movie Stolen Rose. So what is your take on it?
I'm so happy that at least for once they can actually tell the story of a young child who was taken away from her parents, deprived of her education, her life and everything, and still ended up, even after she was rescued at some point, we are expecting that the government and enforcement agencies should try and protect her. Instead, they are returning her back to the den. It shows the deplorable, the situation of the society and our enforcement agency. We really need to do better. We really need to guide our children better, our youth, and help to actually have organizations that can rehabilitate these people adequately, and even those that actually help these people, try and support them, not returning them back even at the expense of people's life back. It's traumatizing, and Nigerians, we need to do better. As a government, we need to do better.
Well, Lisa, okay, so you've seen the movie Stolen Rose. So what's your take?
I think the movie is, it's a very opportune time to watch the movie, especially with the things I saw in the news recently. Especially with things that people are saying, because most times when you listen to especially Northerners, they usually talk about rehabilitated Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram. You hear them talking about repentant people, but now this movie is making me understand in a different light that a lot of these people are actually deceived, and the people that call for acceptance of the repentant ones actually understand something that people from the south are not too eager to accept, because what they know is that these people came and bombed. They came and they bombed my house. They killed people. But perhaps maybe maybe people in the north that live with that experience the divide between those deceiving and those deceived, able to say some things, and then when you watch a movie like this, it gives you let's say a better understanding of some of their points of view when they talk. Although even though there are some of them that are just saying it to deceive other people, but then when you watch a story like this and then when you empathize with someone that's actually deceived and then stepped away from it, it's easier to accept some of the things that people say in the country. And then if we are able to come up with more projects like this that help other people, that help both sides of the divide in the country understand what is actually going on, it may be to help foster peace, because this is now the country is at the brink of breaking, and stories like this will help people understand both sides of the story.
Okay, so thank you very much. So you've seen the movie Stolen Rose. So what do you think? How did you feel while watching that movie? What did you think about it?
I'm speechless, because the story is a really touching and is a moving story that the world needs to see what is happening in our country and what people are going through. The characters there are something that I feel as if everybody should just learn something from it, knowing that some of these girls that are adopted by these people, it's not really their intention. They didn't really plan to, and they're just victims of circumstance. And I pray, in short, after watching it, I'm speechless. That's just the right thing to say. The people that put up that movie, they tried, and I pray for protection on them, because it's a risk actually, because in our society such kind of movies are not expected. We hide a lot of things underneath, But thank God, I want to appreciate them for the courage. And it's a movie that the world needs to watch. If anybody have not watched this movie, please, you need to watch and understand some things and learn a lot of things.
It's a must watch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Hi, on the block.
Okay, so you're back.
On the block.
And you've watched the movie. So now it's no longer a secret.
It's not a secret no more.
So
it's out there.
Let's shoot.
Yeah. We've seen it, the travail of the womanhood. You see how vulnerable they are. Especially the girl in our story, our heroine. Unfortunately, at the end of it, she couldn't take it anymore, and she had to plunge to death. You know, the film is a beautiful one, beautiful story, well narrated, as it is in our industry. One would have expected that it would have been screened somewhere in a big hall like this before you bring it out, because what you have on a laptop sometimes is not what you see when you get here.
So now there's a big difference.
There's a big difference, yeah, when on a laptop
and what you see on the screen.
Yeah.
So what about your character, the doctor character? Did you think he did the right thing? Wanting to discharge her from the hospital bed, saying that they don't run a charity organization.
True. You're quoting it. You should have played the role.
Looking at it, it's the same thing affecting, our health sector.
True.
Where we have, victims who are going through a lot, and then
there was something the doctor said. He said, "My bills are real." There's a generator running out there. The diesel has to be bought. Where is the money? And if we use the beds in the hospital for charity, where is money going to come from?
So is the money before the life, or the life before the money?
He did life first. Remember, he did life first. It's good to first stabilize the patient. Then, doctor will not just open his mouth in the air. A doctor he has to feed, he has children, he has the bills. It all boils down to our communal lifestyle. Yeah, what we're saying, we're practicing democratic system of governance or whatever you call it that we are going through now. But it would have been nice if at least some sense of welfare state. Something like they have in the Scandinavia. Health is free, education is free. What else? A child of 18 years is paid money. A single mother, or even a couple, when they have a child, there's a certain amount every quarter that is paid to them for the welfare of the child. So it boils back to how we feel about one another in this country. Do I see you as my sister, as mine? Do I see you as me? Of course, I will do all I can to make sure that you're well, that you have it good in with life. That's the welfare state thing, or something close to that. If we can just have it in Nigeria, and not just you come once in a while and you drop stipends. No, it has to be a system. A system. That's when people can now be independent. You cannot bamboozle a girl and say, "Go and blow up. That's your whatever is in heaven." What nonsense? What's gibberish? You don't say someone's future is in heaven when I haven't seen the future here. What you do here is what you're going to get over there. If you thief, you're going to thief over there, and you're going to die badly. That's just my own angle to life.
All right, thank you very, very much, sir, and I'm glad that you're satisfied.
Thank you.
Have a lovely evening.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Osas, you just finished watching the movie Stolen Rose. So, what's your take on it? What's the message?
Well, I haven't been part of a premiere in a while, and so seeing this just reminded me, oh wow, this is nice. And the typical Nigerian situation that we did not plan for Of course, this is what we are facing as a nation, and it's a serious situation, and it's not good for us. It's not good. The insurgency and the attacks and everything, and we are suffering it now. And so seeing this in a movie, it's just a reflection of what is happening in the country right now. And we just need to tackle it. We just need to work things out so it doesn't degenerate. It's degenerating already. Of course, it has degenerated. So what do we do about it? That's what we just need to start talking about.
All right, so this is a must-watch, eh?
It is, sure. It's a must-watch. It's a must-watch that everybody needs to come see the movie, The Stolen Rose.
All right, thank you very much. Do have a lovely evening.
And you too.